Hi everyone, this is a pick a card reading for why are they being hot and cold slash distant. So we are going to have a look and see what is coming through for everything. Why these things are happening, why this person is acting this way towards you, and essentially what's also going on in their mind. So I have these three beautiful groups which you have in front of you as well, and whichever one you feel most drawn to is going to be the reading for you. So we have group number 1, group number 2, and group number 3, and take your pick. And then once you've made your choice, there will be timestamps in the description box of my video, so you can go there, you can click on the timestamp for which group's reading you'd like to watch, and then it will literally pop up and you can watch that reading, because it will take you to that little segment of the video. So yeah, take your pick. Also, whilst maybe you're making your choice, I just want to mention, if you'd like to win a free reading with me, do check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, information will also be in the description box below, and they're done within 24 to 48 hours. And the last thing I want to mention is that my intention bracelets, they are on Etsy, so they're handmade by me, and I have a couple of them right here. There are some more dainty ones on there, these are just a little bit more of the chunkier ones, but I thought I would show these because they are quite new in that sense. So I'm wearing one of these bracelets. This one is the Attract Better Days bracelet, and then this one is the Magnetic Attraction slash Connection bracelet, hot and cold, but still, it attracts. So when I think of this kind of bracelet, I always think of like red and blue. It's like opposites, but it attracts. It also is this kind of has this hot and cold energy, but there's just attraction there. So this one is like the attraction bracelet. So anyways, if you want to see how they work and also how other people have seen results with these, please do check out my Etsy shop below. These are sage, they're meditated with, and also they are there to remove obstacles and challenges from different areas of your life. So free international shipping, handmade by me, they're sent out by me, and again, the reviews I think is the best way to sort of gauge, what they do and how other people feel about them and things like that. So definitely do check that out. Everything's always in the description box below, the different cards that I use on my channel, if you want to write to me, and just everything basically that you would maybe have questions for. So that is all there, and we're going to start first of all with group number 1. So I'm just going to move these other two groups to the side, so I'm just going to clear a little bit of space here. There we go. Alright, group number 1, let's have a look and see why are they being hot and cold slash distant. We're going to have a look, see what's coming through, and I aim to give you as much clarity, information, and in-depth knowledge as I can. So we've got this beautiful blue crystal right here. I'm just going to leave that at the bottom, but I'm also going to leave it with this moon-shaped crystal as well. How beautiful is that? Can you just take a second to admire? I love crystals so much. They just themselves, they calm me down. That's the thing. So let's have a look and see what's coming through with the cards now. Alright, so we're going to do a full 12 card spread, and I'm going to give you as much information as I can for why this person is being hot and cold slash distant. So let's see what messages are coming through. And if you find a message that really resonates with you and your situation, it rings true to your situation, please do let me know in the comment section below as well. I always love to read through the comments and see how certain elements of the reading can make sense with you. Let's have a look. If anything else wants to come out, today would be an amazing day. Okay, let's see. Well, we have one card on the table for sure, and I think it wants to be the center of attention right now, and that is the Queen of Wands. So there's, Queen of Wands wants the attention. Now, what I would say here is that the reason why I feel this person is being hot and cold is because they almost want to make themselves the center of attention. They want to they want to put themselves first, and that's definitely a big thing that's coming through in this reading, is that it's almost like they just want to put themselves first, and they want to get a better grasp of themselves. They want to nourish themselves. When I'm looking at these two crystals, I'm really thinking of water. I'm thinking of fluidity and them just wanting to flow with things and not necessarily take things, I guess, too seriously at the time, like right now, but at the same time, they just want to flow with things. They don't want to feel pressure. They want to put themselves first. They want to understand themselves. You know, they want to go with the flow, and that's the energy that I'm really picking up here, especially with the Queen of Wands. This is about, again, nourishing. You know, it's like how water nourishes us. They want to nourish themselves, and they really want to put themselves first. So the Queen of Wands is about them focusing on their goals, their hobbies, things that they have going on around them, perhaps being distracted by different, you know, DIY projects. They're doing things indoors, or just, you know, trying to entertain themselves and trying to find things to do. So I know that seems really strange when you think about the whole concept of why they're being distant towards you, because obviously they've got time, right? Clearly they have time. They're using that time for themselves rather than using it to chase and pursue you. That's just the energy and the vibe that I'm getting. It's almost like they're trying to do things for themselves more so than anything else. So that's just an energy that's coming through. Now let's see if we have any cards that want to join the Queen of Wands, because, you know, that would be great. It would be great indeed. So let's have a look. Oh yeah. There we go. So now they all want to make an appearance. We've got here the Knight of Swords, right? So again, this is really them putting themselves first. We've got here the Two of Chalices, we've got the Five of Wands, and also the Nine of Wands. So when I look at these three cards specifically, right there, you can see that when it comes to matters of the heart, they're sort of running in the opposite direction. They're quite conflicted and they're quite confused, and they're wondering, thinking, pondering. They're thinking, I don't really think this is the right time for this to all happen. But at the same time, this person does have feelings towards you. But at the same time, it's like they're trying to keep you at arm's length so that they can have that access to you when they do feel better, if that makes any sense. And obviously that's not like the nicest thing in the world to hear, so just know that when I speak, I do speak with empathy. You know, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm being super blunt, but I have to deliver the messages in some way. So this is just how it's coming across, where the Five of Wands here is really showing that they are quite conflicted. It almost, to me, again, suggests that energy of not being ready, but at the same time still having feelings towards you. The Two of Chalices here is about having feelings towards you. They feel attracted towards you, but there's still that resistance, and that resistance comes from within themselves. So I really feel that right now they want to get themselves together, they want to focus on themselves, and they really want to put themselves first. And by doing so, they feel like, you know what, I'll understand what I want more, I'll know exactly what I want to do, I'll know exactly how I feel, and that in itself will make them feel so much stronger and better. They'll understand themselves, which means they'll understand the things that they also see around them and see with you so much more. So this is why they're being so hot and cold, is because they just need time for themselves to get themselves stronger and to a place where they know exactly what they want. See, the Knight of Swords is about having truth and clarity and just knowing what they want so that they can then go after what they want. See, the thing is, if they don't fully know like 100% what they want, they just are confused and conflicted and they're not sure, right? So this person knows that they have feelings towards you, but they don't know to what extent those feelings are truly there, if that makes sense. Those feelings are there, but they haven't made 100% of a decision, which is why, again, they're being hot and cold towards you. So that is what we've got. I mean, the Two of Cups, well, Two of Chalices, called Chalices in this particular deck, but the Two of Chalices definitely does showcase that they do have feelings towards you, and they really do feel that, you know, in relation. I know the crystal is moving because I'm not actually sure why. The table isn't really moving that much, but the crystal wants to move, so we'll let the crystal make its moves, just like this person will. I feel like this person's going to make up their mind, I really do, and this person will come towards you and be ready. It's just something I'm seeing, because I see them flowing with their own energy, which shows resistance, yes, but it also shows they're still flowing regardless of the resistance. The resistance here is mainly towards pursuing you to the level and depth of making things work like right away. they're more so resisting that than they are resisting you completely and running away from you, like in the complete opposite direction to the point where you'll never see them again. Like that's, you know, we're talking about different levels of resistance. So I hope you can also understand, you know, where I'm coming from, and I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I do see things progressing and getting stronger here in the future, but I also feel right now this is really about them thinking, you know what, I need time and space for myself. I'm still gonna, you know, kind of wave around my energy with you, which is what they're doing, but I do need some space, which is why you get that hot and cold. You may feel like they're withdrawing 1 second, and the next second they're coming to you and actually wanting to communicate and wanting to say things to you, right? So it's that energy of them thinking they're doing something quite balanced, whereas in reality they're being super hot and cold and just very all over the place, here and there. It's like this and that, you know, it's complete polar opposites, but they feel like they're actually being quite balanced, right? And I guess you can understand how they would think that's balanced, because it's like one thing and then another thing, but actually it's complete opposite. But what I do see with the Chariot is, again, that they really are being hot and cold and distant because they're taking this energy really for themselves so that they can progress and grow stronger and grow better and understand themselves. When we look at the Chariot card actually in tarot in general, we have the two Sphinx at the bottom usually, which we don't have in this particular card, but what I would say is we do have these horses which show two corresponding colours, and with yin and yang obviously we have the white and the black, right? And that represents mutual harmony, flow and balance. Like if you Google yin and yang, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, unless you of course know already what that is. But we've got that correspondence here in the cards. It's literally illustrated and it shows mutual harmony, it shows balance, it shows peace. So that's really the direction in which they're headed in right now. They more so want to find this peace and flow within themselves. When I talk about flow, you know, Chariot is ruled by Cancer, and that Cancerian energy is water energy. So again, you know, everything is just connecting. And then once they feel much more stable within themselves and they feel like, you know what, I feel better, I know what I want, that flow can manifest in this connection where the cups can truly come together, and again that yin and that yang energy stands right there. So there are feelings there, but it's not evolved, that's what I'm seeing, but it will, and that's something again that's really coming through, especially for those of you that are wondering, you know, whether this person will stop being hot and cold. Yes, but they just need some space, some time and some distance, as you can see, to be able to fully align to that energy and for them to fully realize, you know, that this can work. Fives in tarot also indicate change, and you can see how it changes from conflict to actually then things being resolved, them having victory and knowing exactly what they want. So I think that this is obviously very important. It's an important part of the path. You may feel like it's just the most frustratingly annoying thing in the whole wide world that this whole situation is happening this way, but I also feel it's going to teach you a lot. You know, it's going to allow you to feel much stronger within yourself. I think that you'll also have compassion towards this person in many ways, and you'll realize that, wow, okay, that person is really dealing with a lot. They need the space and time. You know, maybe I should give them the space and time so that they do feel better. So I do see you as a very compassionate person, and I see you as someone that likes to think both sides to a scenario rather than just sort of running with one thing and just sticking to that. You like to see both sides, which is also why I think you're watching this video, is that you're able to see two sides to the situation, you know, and not just your side, because I do see you as a very loyal, kind, and again, very compassionate person. Alright, so wow, look at this. We've got so much information out. You know, this is only 6 cards, which is half of your spread so far, but so much information is just pouring out of this particular spread. Also, I'm just going to quickly put my glasses on as well, just so I can see a little bit more into the distance for the monitor, because those numbers are really, really tiny that I have on my monitor, which just showcase, you know, where we're at in regards to time as well, you know, and things like that. So let's have a look. See what else is coming through. Whoa, okay. So here's, okay, another one came out as well. So here's what we're going to do. This is a lot of cards, and I don't really feel like these entire chunks of cards that often come out. Like that's like a solid, I don't know, 1/8 of the deck right there or something like that for sure. So I'm not going to take all of those cards. I have no idea what those cards are. I always do things very intuitively. Obviously these cards, I've seen the energies of them. we're going to take those, but I'm going to, reshuffle, and we're going to get, the 4 cards out. So we've got here the 5 of chalices, which can show them actually feeling really upset, feeling like they have, in many ways, perhaps even ruined things, but they feel bad because they really want to take care of their emotional energy first, and their mental energy first, their spiritual energy first, their physical energy first. They want to put themselves first, as I've probably mentioned 700 times now. But it shows that, on one hand, they feel like, oh no, what if I ruin things with this person? What if they don't understand where I'm coming from? But at the same time, they know that right now they need to put themselves first. Otherwise, in the future, in regards to relationships and things like that, they know that nothing will work with anyone else. So that's why they're putting themselves first. They're really trying to just make things work as best possible for themselves. And that's the energy that I'm really picking up on. And, I really feel this person has feelings towards you, but more so there's a lot of emotional chaos that they're dealing with. They could even be dealing with grief and sadness. This can be even things from the past that have just started to erupt and come to the surface for them. It's like just this trauma that I pick up. This is really about feeling like, oh my God, have I, why am I feeling all these things? I feel like I may have ruined things in the past, why is my past coming to haunt me? And just lots and lots of different things. Obviously, it's going to be different for every person, but I also feel right now they're just feeling so all over the place, emotionally very chaotic. And then the Knight of Pentacles here shows again that they do have feelings towards you, but they're being quite slow, right, in regards to everything, and very hot and cold, because they want to make sure that they can understand everything step by step, and they also want to make sure that they don't rush everything, because they feel like if everything gets rushed, then they won't be able to emotionally enjoy every aspect of this connection, which I can understand their point of view in that sense, but I can also understand your point of view where you just want to know what they're doing and why they're doing this. I can totally understand why at times you could feel frustrated, because you're just a very straightforward person, right? You want to know what the heck is going on, why this person's distant, like why can't they just tell you? And the real answer to that is the fact that they feel so emotionally chaotic. It's sometimes they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how they're acting. They don't know that can hurt you, because they feel so blocked sometimes in their own energy that they can't then figure out why their actions would do that. Do you know what I mean? Which again is so important, that they're able to take this time for themselves so that they don't feel this way for a longer period of time. Because I see here things are going to get better. So I know that so many of you are wondering, but Moonlight, are things going to get better? That's what we want to know. Yes, they will. The thing here is we've got to give it some time and some patience. And that's why I never recommend waiting in a situation. I always recommend that you do your own thing. Mirror the energy, right? They're putting energy into their life. They're putting energy into themselves. So mirror that energy, put energy into you. Do not wait, because that will drain you. I don't want you to feel upset and drained and just feeling like you're waiting for something to happen, because that will just make you feel completely sad, emotional at times. I don't want you to feel that way. I want you to feel uplifted. I want you to feel good. I want you to feel like, you know what, Moonlight? Yes, this situation is not ideal, but I can't put my life on hold, and absolutely you can't. And that's what the spirit guides are saying, is that you've got to continue, so that's the best thing to do right now. And also let them come to you, right? Try not to chase too much, especially if this entire situation has become so hot and cold because of them, which it has in this instance. Try and let them come to you. Let them prove to you, right, that you can trust them. So give them as much as they give you, but try not to overgive. Such an important message, because the more you give and give and give and give, the more they can step back and want space, because they're not ready and they need that space. And then the more you will feel chaotic and drained. So let them come to you. Give them as much as they give you, and don't be afraid of space and distance and time. That's what I would say. So let's see what else is coming through. Because we see here slow but steady growth and progress with the Knight of Pentacles, which of course is really positive. Okay, got Princess of Wands here, right? So this is about them wanting to really just feel much more uplifted and feel more like themselves. The wand energies is also to do with personality. It's to do with, how we feel, what we do, and our hobbies and adventure and fun, and they just want to feel better. They want to feel better, not bitter, but they may come across as very bitter right now, right? So it's what I'm seeing, it's what I'm seeing, it's what I'm seeing. This is progress, so that's good as well to see. Okay, we've got these, actually we've got two cards here. We've got the Prince of Chalices and we've got the Knight of Chalices. Okay, so there we go, right there, as you can see, draped in purple. Beautiful, beautiful cards, and these illustrations are stunning. You've got butterflies, a little bird here, you've got, a horse, you've got so much nature, and oh, you've got one here as well. You've got this beautiful, I assume, as cherry blossom. This is stunning, stunning, stunning energy. And again, it shows that the reason why they're being so hot and cold is that they're just dreaming of a better day, a better future. They're just hoping that one day they can wake up and they can just feel so much clearer, so much more uplifted, and not as, at times, chaotic. So they're doing this for themselves. They really are. They're doing this really to feel emotionally much, much better. And also here, as we see, to just feel like, wow, you know what? Life is good. I'm going to go out and smell those flowers. Whether this person's a male or female, I'm just saying, in terms of energy, it's one of those phrases, going out, smelling those flowers, enjoying nature, enjoying life, enjoying the beauty of simple things. They want to wake up one day and just feel like that. But guess what? They're not the kind of person that's just going to do nothing about it, right? At least they're trying to do something about it. And they're really just putting energy into themselves, which is very, very important. That being said, though, there are some people out there, not specifically regarding this person, there are certain people out there that, really have very, very deep, dark energies that just, they can't get out of bed and things like that. And it's like really, really sad, to see that. But, with time, that's one of the things. Time can really heal things like that. And of course, medical professionals can help in that sense. But what I see with this person is I feel more so an energy of them working on things because they know they want to. And I don't feel that it's a bad thing. They're really just trying their absolute hardest, and they're trying to really progress in that direction. So, of course, there may be some of you that are dealing with someone who may be just really, depressed or mentally just traumatized and really sad. And specifically for those people, of course, I feel that they will go towards medical professionals and things like that, but there's very few of them in comparison to who I'm reading for in this reading. So I just wanted to let you know that, there is a big difference between what I'm reading and the other sort of spectrum of things. So yeah, that's really sad. And of course, it's obviously such a difficult situation when people are, depressed and sad and things like that. But it was just something that came through because I feel like this person more so is not going to be able to just, move forward with things straight away. It's again a step-by-step progress. So that's what I'm picking up here. This is more so sadness and trauma from the past, but things that they know that they can work through and things that they're trying to actively work through. This person for sure is not stagnant and stationary and just, stuck in bed day after day. That's what I'm trying to say. But obviously it's super sad to know that there are people that just, cannot get out of bed each day. And, that's really, really sad. But, time is the greatest healer. And I'm a huge believer of that. But also there are some amazing medical professionals that can also help in regards to those things. And I do feel that, obviously, if you know someone that is stuck in such a deep, dark place, then, the best thing you can do is just, be a bit of comfort towards that person. But ultimately, it's their choice as to how they decide to progress with things and how open they are to certain things. So it's just a bit of a disclaimer. I just want to, put that into my video, because I'm sure from time to time we will come across people that are really just suffering, and sometimes they will want help and sometimes people don't want help. So it's just about, being that sort of, I guess, having that balance and, accordingly giving our energy in accordance to what they also need at the time, because some people will want help and some people will absolutely not want help. So, it's also important to understand that. Regardless, when we come back to this particular person, what I'm seeing here is that they're taking matters into their own hands and they're staying very proactive in regards to everything, which again is really, really wonderful to see, because it shows that they know that they can get through this, they know that they can progress forward. And I think that at the end of the day, that's just it just shows that they have feelings towards you and they want to work towards things, but they want to make sure that they just feel better. So, okay, so now since I'm finding it so difficult to get a card out of this deck, I've been just shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. I'm just going to cut the deck and take a card out. So here we have the Justice card. Look at that. This is two sides to the spectrum. This is that hot and cold energy that we've been talking about, right? It's those two sides. Here's the cold energy, here's the hot energy. Here's that sort of balance where they feel like they're being quite balanced, but actually they're being hot and cold, it's a very different thing. But justice also shows things being resolved, all right? So if this person is in a really deep, dark place, for some of you this person may be, I just want you to know that there are better days coming, and that, I think, will just make you feel a lot better as well. And yeah, better days are definitely coming, brighter days are coming, and this person here is that they're working through their days as well. So that's what I'm seeing, is that this will all balance out and get better. So yes, balance will come, even though they feel like they're being quite balanced already. Obviously things are very hot and cold, but the true balance will arise and it will come, and you will feel so much better. But this is also about things getting resolved for the two of you, which of course is a very strong reading, strong card as well. Justice is also about karma. It's about learning from the past and then being able to move forward and just feel, so much better in regards to things as well. So that's a very, very important message that I do have, is that regardless of how this person is feeling, they are going to, work through that, and they're going to come to better days, and those better days will also lead you to be with them and to enjoy those days together. Truly, that's what I'm seeing. But first they got to get through those days, that's what I'm seeing. And they're trying very, very hard, I have to say. And even if you may feel like right now they're not trying, trust me, in time they will feel ready to be able to do so, especially, if they're dealing with really heavy things, which for some of you they may be. But for the majority of you, I'm seeing here that they're already proactively trying to be on that path, to get through things. So yeah, they're learning, that karma. Very much so. And also you've got the phases of the moon right here, as you can see. So they're getting through those phases and they're really trying to break the cycle. So, group number 1, this is your reading. Alright, if this resonates with you, or if there was a message that really just made sense to you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and my bracelets, which are on Etsy as well. And I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, and definitely do take care of yourself as well. Alright, so we are now going to move on to group number 2. So I'm just going to take away the crystals. Wow, there's a phone call. Wow, okay. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but the phone was actually ringing literally as I was putting this group down, and that's a pretty significant sign of something. I really feel so. Do you feel it? I feel like you're going to get a phone call soon, or at least some form of communication from this person. That's really interesting. That's actually fascinating. Alright, so let's get started with this reading. I think that's probably the most important thing to do at this very point in time. So, wow, it's never been like something that's just happened whilst I was reading, but wow, I feel like that just connects all the dots. So let's get started with this reading. We've got this beautiful, beautiful green star crystal right there. How stunning. We're going to put that right there with this beautiful green crystal as well. So let's just put that right there. Ta-da! Let's just do that. Alright, so let's start with the reading. We've got these beautiful cards here. Yep, it is Rider-Waite, just in case of those of you that are wondering, and also it's just got a different back on it. That's all it is. So let's start. I'm just going to shuffle these cards actually, because I was just showing you the card mainly to show you what the cards actually are, just for those of you that are, wondering what these cards are. So that is what we've got right there. Alright, so let's begin. Why are they being hot and cold / distant? Let's see. Why are they being hot and cold / distant? Because they are indecisive. This is literally it. This is literally, in a nutshell, the cards just speak volumes. Absolute volumes. So when we've got the Two of Swords here, it really shows that they're confused, right? They just feel so indecisive. They feel all over the place. They're not sure as to what they feel, what they're thinking at times. They feel masked. They feel trapped. They're like, I don't know what the right thing is to feel. I don't know how I feel. I don't know if I'm making the right decision. There's a lot of I don't knows in this, but what I do feel is that they are going to be decisive. They're going to make a choice, and that's what I'm seeing, is that I feel like very, very spontaneously, out of the blue, you're going to get a phone call or some kind of communication from this person, just literally giving you all the information that you have wondered about. It's like they just randomly, out of nowhere, when you least expect it, they're going to literally spill the tea, and they're going to tell you everything. Alright, so this Two of Swords, I mean, yes, things are very, very hot and cold. You may feel this person's being so distant and not giving you the full truth of things, or just being so all over the place to the point where you're like, what the heck, why can't you just be honest and upfront? But truly, it is because they want to do so at their own time, but they also need to understand themselves. That's the thing. They're carrying a lot of burdens. That's what I'm seeing. And also we've got the Ten of Swords as well, and the Seven of Swords. And you're probably thinking, Moonlight, we're not really off to a great start, are we? No, we're not. But we're getting there. We're getting there. We're on a journey right now, and I'm going to take you through that journey through this reading. So buckle up, group number 2. Buckle up. You want to be wearing your seatbelt for this one. So Ten of Swords here definitely shows this really strong energy of them just wanting to leave their past behind. They are not, I feel like either number 1, they're not proud of their past, or number 2, they just have so much either resentment, emotional baggage, or just a build-up of thoughts and burdens and things that they just have been carrying for such a long time that they've never fully been able to get over. And this is just clouding their judgment in regards to you, and they may be just so indecisive. They may be thinking, oh my god, what if the same thing happens from my past? What if the cycle repeats? What if this person hurts me? What if I get, what if, it's endless. What if this person cheats on me or lies or steals, or they're self-sabotaging themselves, which is exactly what the Seven of Swords is all about. It's all about either them sabotaging you, which could, it's like they sometimes feel that, if they're all over the place, they might do, something like that. But to be honest, this is more about them self-sabotaging themselves. So try not to worry about the Seven of Swords too much. This is more just how they feel towards themselves, which is why they are so hot and cold. They're literally thinking what if this and what if that? The what ifs just don't end. I mean, I'm getting so many messages from the spirit guides just going through the list of what ifs, and I'm like, okay, I think I get the point. I think we understand where we're all going with this. So Ten of Swords, it's just everything that's been built up, and they just don't want cycles to repeat. They want the cycles to break. And that's why this person's being so hot and cold. They're like, what the hell do I do with all of these swords and wands? Where do I put them? If I put them under my carpet, but you're still going to see them under my carpet. So like, what if I put them, you know, over there, but I can still see them. So like, what if I hide them under my table, but then I can still see them, you know, and they're still under my table? It's like they're trying to figure out what the heck they can do with all of these swords and wands. And the truth of the matter is that this person will work through it. You know, they will work through a lot of this baggage step by step, you know, with compassion towards themselves and empathy towards themselves, so that they can really feel stronger and feel better, and they can actually use their swords in a much more better way than this, if that makes sense, where at least they don't then feel trapped and stabbed by these swords. They can use those swords as a way of protection, rather than actually those swords stabbing them themselves. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of self-sabotaging energy that comes through here, where they are using these swords to self-sabotage, if that makes sense, rather than using these swords to protect themselves. Because the swords actually in tarot are not all bad, you know. Just because we get a sword card doesn't mean that it's like terrible. Just because we get wands doesn't mean it's terrible, but in this context, it's not great, right? So this shows that they're really self-sabotaging their own energy, and they are just feeling like they're carrying the weight of the things. But to be honest, this is understandable, because I feel of their past and how they've dealt with certain things, and also the amount of things that have built up. It's now time for them to heal and release and let go, you know, and that happens with time. You can't just force a person to, you know, right this second heal, release and let go. It comes with time. It also comes with compassion towards themselves, and you know, sometimes they need some distance, space and time to be able to understand every single sword, every single wand, to then feel stable enough to be like, okay, I understand myself. Now I can understand everything else around me. So the Hierophant has lots of meaning here. All right, the Hierophant is very, very important, because the Hierophant here shows stability, security, it shows commitment, but it also shows that they have the key to resolving things, right? They have the key, and they will acknowledge that they have this key. So this person here, the reason why they're being so hot and cold is essentially because they have so much from their past that has just built up. There's self-sabotaging energy, and the truth of it is that you cannot change this person. Only they can work through their actions and get to a better place, which, trust me, they will in time. You know, Hierophant shows a little bit more time, but it does show that they have some strong feelings towards you, and they definitely do envision you as a part of their future, believe it or not. But when someone is so burdened with things from their past, you know, it doesn't matter how great of a person they have in front of them, they will just feel the effects of this so much more, you know, and it can just become a lot for them. So just know that they will work through this, but for sure there are some feelings there, which is why there's hot and cold energy. They haven't fully let you go, but it's like they haven't fully kept you either. You know, there's no easy way of delivering such messages. I do apologise, but you know, I have to let you know what I see. This person's also very afraid of being by themselves, because the Five of Pentacles is loneliness, right? It's feeling abandoned. It's about being left out in the cold, and that's definitely not what they want. They don't want to feel left out in the cold. They don't want to feel alone. They definitely want to get themselves together, to the point, you know, where they feel better and they can have love and true love. And so the Eight of Cups here is all about self-discovery. This is why things are so hot and cold, is because what's going to happen is they're going to take that mask off, blindfold off, and they're going to be able to see where they're stuck. And what they will do is that, you know, they'll get up and actually go on a journey of self-discovery and figure out all of these things that are blocking them, and what they can actually also, you know, do in regards to it, which I'm also picking up, you know, quite strongly in this entire situation. So yeah, there's no easy way to say this, of course, but I guess it needs to be said. So Page of Wands, there you go. You know, they're not going to sit in this energy forever, because they have goals and dreams too. You know, this person wants love, this person wants joy, this person wants happiness, and right now they aren't finding it because of a lot of these things from the past. And at some point, it's like it all comes to the surface. You know, it always comes to the surface at some point. People can run away, they can hide away from it as much as they want, but at some point it will come to the surface, and that is the point then when we really cannot ignore it. You know, it's like we can't hide those swords forever. We can't hide those wands forever because we'll always come across it when we're doing something, you know, so that's the thing. It's very, you know, it's very much so that. So Page of Wands here shows at least they are, you know, thinking about things, and they will definitely work through this for sure. And then I see interactions with you. I see much more communication picking up. Right at the beginning, remember there was that phone call that I spoke about where the phone in the house was actually in my house here, was ringing, and I was like, wow, that's a pretty strong message. Like, it's never really happened like that before in a reading, and I feel like that has a lot of emphasis because the situation may just be like really confusing to the point where you're like, I don't even know if this could even progress anymore. I don't even think that, you know, I could even get anything. And then it's like, whoa, you know, out of the blue, out of nowhere, it's like you get communication. You're like, oh my gosh, okay, that's quite a lot. See, Queen of Pentacles. It's like, whoa, okay, there's a pentacle on my lap all of a sudden. What do I do with this? How am I supposed to keep it? Like, where should I display it? I've never had this kind of a pentacle before. Like, I don't know. You know, you're gonna feel like that. You're literally gonna feel like, wow, I just got so much information from this person, and it was what I've wanted to know. I feel like they're going to tell you exactly, I feel like they're going to tell you everything. I feel it. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my bones. Isn't there a song that goes like that? I feel it in my soul. I don't know. But this Queen of Pentacles, whoa. Whoa there. Whoa there, Queen. Whoa there. Emperor. As you can see, just sort of flipped over in the deck. This is them taking action, see? Oh yeah, with time, taking action, with time, showing you how they feel towards you in such a more decisive way, and then literally wanting to progress things with you. They hold the key here. That's the thing. Let them pursue you, let them come towards you. That's what I would say. Hot and cold because of past issues. Yep. But, you know, with past issues, you know, there's two things that can happen. Either the person will work through them, or either they'll run away. But guess what? Even if they run away, at some point they'll have to deal with it. So regardless, you know, what I'm seeing, at least this person is sort of owning up to knowing this, and, you know, rather than running away again. So I think it's a good energy, but still, you know, obviously it's quite sad at the same time. When people are dealing with such issues, it's never easy. It's never, you know, simple as to like, oh yeah, you know, they'll just figure it out. Like, no, it takes time to figure it out, which is why we saw the Hierophant and all this, also the Queen of Pentacles, that this is going to take time. It's not just a case of, oh yeah, you know, they'll be back again, don't worry. Like, we have to be realistic about these kinds of things, because of course it will take some time for them to heal and to, you know, really get through a lot of this and to consider it. But that's what the Hierophant and the Queen of Pentacles shows, is it shows time, but it also shows that, you know, they have feelings towards you, and you're going to get that communication and that level of, you know, a strong response from them as well, where they do want to fight for you. Emperor is dressed in armor, which is very strong because it shows them fighting for you, coming towards you, and again, wanting to progress, which is positive, right? We like that. Two of Pentacles, see, things are getting much more balanced, but they definitely have a lot of past issues. If you look at the back of this particular card, I do apologise, I'm holding the deck in one hand and trying to talk about the cards. So if we look at the back, got all of these very like rocky waves, rough seas, and what I see is that this is their past, right? Things are very, very challenging, but this shows in the forefront being the present and the future, things balancing out, which again is a really great sign, right? And it shows them figuring things out, working through things with time. Again, you've got those pentacles and the hot and cold, distant energy becoming much more balanced, which is nice, So this here is indecisiveness, right? The failure to see what's going on around them. But this here is really just open eyes, open mind, open heart. When I think of green, I also think of the heart chakra, because the heart chakra is green. So this shows their heart is slowly but surely glowing green, right? see what this last card brings to us on the table. There it is. Don't know if you can see it. There it is. I'm just going to put the deck onto the side right here because we are pretty much done with the cards, but we've got the Eight of Swords. See? Like I mentioned, this is about them feeling quite trapped, you know, at times not knowing what to do. They don't know what to do with the swords. They feel like they don't know where to put them, how to feel about them, what's going on. So they definitely feel pretty challenged. And when someone feels challenged, it's never easy. It's never fun, ever, ever, ever. But this really does showcase this energy of them working through things. You know, 7 to the 8. Is it nice? No, absolutely. But it does show a bit of growth, right? Because we're going from one to the other. And also, you have got this very, very strong energy of change, you know, where I feel like you're going to get communication. This person could randomly call you and just spill out absolutely everything to you in time and just say, you know what, at that time I was just feeling like this. It was a rough time. I was dealing with things from my past. It was really challenging. There was just so much going on. I didn't know what to do, and I really do apologize if I made you feel sad, if I made you feel lonely, if I abandoned you during that time, but I really truly didn't know what to do. And I feel like you're going to get communication along the lines of that as well. So that is what I'm seeing for you, group number 2. I know it's frustrating, I know it's never easy, but this person's definitely dealt with a lot in their past, and they just want to be able to understand it, which they will in time, but also they want to be able to move past it, to be able to have love and joy and commitment and happiness. You know, they want that in their life. They don't want to be stuck in this forever. So it's a gradual case of them, you know, getting to that point. So they will, but it's going to take time, and that's the thing. So that's what we've got. So group number 2, this is your reading. And if this reading resonates with you, or if you found a message in it that just, you know, makes sense to your situation, please do let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel also, if you haven't already. And definitely do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and my bracelets, which are on Etsy as well if you are interested in any of those. And definitely do take care. So now I'm going to move to group number 3. So I'm just going to take away the crystals. Alright, so group number 3, we are going to have a look and see what is coming through for your reading, which is why are they being hot and cold / distant. So we've got this beautiful group here. I do apologise, a little bit off centre or wonky as we call it here. So let me just straighten that up for you. So yeah, that's what we're going to look into. We've got this beautiful, beautiful group. I mean, it's so blue and regal. That's how it comes across to me. So let's get started and let's see what's coming through in regards to this person's hot and cold behaviour towards you. Alright, so I'm just going to start by shuffling these cards. We're going to do a 12 card spread, and if you find a message in this that really resonates with your situation, or you feel it just rings true to your situation, let me know in the comment section below if you would like to. Don't feel like you're forced to do so, especially if you feel like it's just too, you know, too much information, or you want to keep it private, you know, things like that. But if you want to share it, feel free to do so. Card just fell on the floor, but we have got these as well. So let me just rescue this one. Let's see. You know, what I'm feeling is at times you may feel like rescuing this person. You may feel like you need to help them in some way, shape or form, but what I feel is that they more so need to help themselves. So at times you may feel like, you know, what if they just need that extra bit of help? And what if I am that person that can help them? And I can understand that because you're such a good person that you really feel that that's, you know, that's a good thing to do. But sometimes, you know, as much as we want to help someone, it doesn't always work out that way, right? So it's just something I'm seeing and feeling. But the Three of Cups here really comes through quite strong. Okay, so we've got the Three of Cups, we've got the Knight of Swords, we've got the Emperor, Three of Pentacles. Now we're seeing a lot of threes here, and I just want to say that this actually could mean that maybe there is somebody around, which is why they're being hot and cold and distant, but that's not the case for everyone. So I don't want to just throw that out there, you know, and make certain people worried, especially if they don't have someone in the situation that is a third party person, because it's not the case for everyone. And what I'm seeing is that there's actually, in my vision, I'm seeing two sides. I'm seeing one side here of a group of people watching this video who have a third party situation going on, and then I see a group of people watching this video who are going, what? That's not what's going on with me. So I'm seeing this split side. So I don't want to worry some of you by, you know, making you paranoid or worried like, oh my god, a third party, because that's not what's going on. But for some of you, there is a third party situation where you may be involved with someone who is married. You may be involved with someone who may be seeing someone else, you know, and things like that. But for some of you, there isn't anyone else except for just you and this person. So, you know, please take this according to your situation. But, you know, for those of you in third party situations, at least that way you will know that that is something that's coming through in this reading, which is why they're being hot and cold with you. But it's not the case for everyone. Just want to say, also this is group number 3. I feel like we have so many threes coming through here. Alright, so we've also got the Knight of Swords and the Emperor as well. Now, one thing that's really interesting as to why they're being so hot and cold is this element of justice. They want to resolve things. Now, as I mentioned, for some of you, you may be in a third-party situation. The person you may be dealing with may be going through a divorce or a separation, or might quite literally be breaking up with someone. They might be involved with a karmic person. You know, a karmic person is someone who is in a situation to teach someone that, you know, that's not the right person for them, but then also to teach them lessons in life. So again, it's something that's really coming through, is that this person is being hot and cold towards you, mainly because they're learning a lot of lessons right now, and that's what justice really showcases. Now, for those of you that do not have a third party situation at all around you in any way, shape or form, the reason why they're being so hot and cold is because they're learning so many lessons, right? They are just constantly, it's like they do something and then all of a sudden the universe is like, well, I'm going to teach you this lesson, and they're like, whoa, okay, you know, and they get really taken back by it, and they're like, whoa, that was really intense, and it just takes up a lot of their energy and a lot of their time, makes them feel emotional, and then, you know, they do something else, so they make a decision, and then the universe teaches them another lesson, and it just becomes, you know, like, oh my gosh, okay, again, you know. So they're learning a lot of lessons, and they're growing a lot, because threes in tarot are about lessons, it's about karma, and I really feel that they're burning a lot of their karma in that sense as well, which is pretty big. So it's definitely something that's coming through here for sure. Lots of learning, lots of growing, and they're really trying to also understand their needs, their wants and their wishes for the future. So this can also lead them to be quite hot and cold, because not only are they learning lots of lessons and just, you know, the universe is taking up a lot of their energy in that sense by teaching them lessons, but they're also realizing like, oh, you know, maybe I really want life to be like this. I want life to be happy. I want to feel joyful. I want stability. I want, you know, financial security. So let me work towards those things. So again, all of those things that they then focus on can take up even more of their time, thus giving you less time, if that makes sense, which I know can really frustrate you. It can make you feel like, oh, no, but it's part of the path. And that's what I'm seeing, is that this person just wants to, you know, learn and grow, but also they want to make sure that they're making the right choices and decisions, and they also want to resolve things in their present from the past that also may not have been resolved then. So that's what I'm seeing here. The Knight of Swords is about making decisions and choices, and they want to make sure that they make the right choice, because again, justice is about choices and decisions and then ultimately coming to the right conclusion. So the Emperor, you know, fights. Oh yes, fights until victory. This person wants victory. They want the right thing for themselves, but also they have to understand what that right thing is for them. So lots of learning, lots of growing. That's why they're being so hot and cold and distant, because it's taking up so much of their energy. Alright, so let's now go to more cards. Four of Wands. I feel like there's a spiritual connection between you and this person. Like somehow you were supposed to meet this person for a specific reason. They're part of your path for a very strong reason, because, you know, 1111 is a fire energy number. It also showcases that you're on the right path in your life. You may feel like sometimes you're just not, because everything is just sometimes going in the complete opposite direction than what you want it to be, but it does show here things getting better, things getting stronger, you feeling much more uplifted, you know, so it does also show that it's all a part of the path, right? Lessons and growth and challenges. Yes, it's not easy, but it's a part of the path. It makes you stronger, it makes this person stronger. And also the reason why they're being so hot and cold is really because they do have attraction towards you, but also they're learning so many lessons, they've got so much going on that it's like they're trying to prioritize their time. And at this very point in time, yes, it's frustrating, because you would think like, okay, well, if they really care about me, why are they not giving me all this time? And the true matter of fact is that they're really just putting themselves first. You know, they're trying to understand what their wish is, because the star card here is about a wish, and they really just want things to be perfect in their life, to the point where they can at least make better choices and decisions rather than the ones that they've made in the past. They don't want to make the same mistakes again, which is why they're being hot and cold and just trying to, you know, think that, okay, I'm thinking of this, but I'm hoping that's the right choice. So that's what the star card here shows. So let's now keep shuffling. Magician. See, choices, growth, opportunity. Ten of Swords. This is about them not wanting to repeat certain things from the past. That's a very, very strong card, I have to say. Really strong. It pretty much just summed up exactly what we were speaking about here. So the Magician shows, you know, because 10 and then you got a 1, and that is the major arcana, right? So this really here is about them wanting to manifest an even better future than what they've dealt with in the past. And that's what the Ten of Swords here shows. They no longer want to think about the past. They no longer want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. They want to move forward. They want to make the right choices, the right decisions. They want to make sure that they end up with the right person. You know, they don't want to live in the past. They just want to move forward and feel better and stable. You know, this person craves stability and balance, and they want their wishes to come true. They, you know, Three of Cups is also about celebration. Like, they want to have a celebration, and they want to feel good. They want to share joy with people and happiness, and not be stuck in the past. So this person truly, at this very point in time, I feel that they are stuck a little bit in the past, and they just want to move forward. See what else we got on the cards. Knight of Wands, so this is about moving forward, right? This person does have attraction towards you, but they've also got a lot to resolve, which is why they're so hot and cold with you, because they know that they want to take things forward with you, but they need to resolve things first in order to then be able to move things across with you. Okay, but you've got this moon right there. Sorry, right there. I'm pointing at the Fool. I'm like, you've got the moon right there. You've got the moon right here. This beautiful blue crystal, and it's obviously in a crescent shape, but it just really does showcase cycles and phases. Like, this person knows that they want to change and they want to move into a better phase, a better cycle, and they want to communicate that to you with time as well, because you've got a lot of blue, and blue really represents to me, especially in this reading, the throat chakra, you know. And you've also got the Fool here, so Fool is 0 in the major arcana, and then you've also got the Magician, so you've got growth here from 0 to 1, which shows, again, lots and lots of progression. The Fool is ruled by Uranus, and of course Uranus is very spontaneous, you know, but also wants to take chances, wants to take risks. But what I see, this person really wants to make sure that they make the right decision, not just a spontaneous choice, which then leads them into more of a situation that they don't want to be in. So, you know, this person does make some very spontaneous decisions at times, but right now they want to make sure that they make the right decision so that they don't come to regret it. And that's something that we're really seeing quite a lot of right now. They don't want to regret any choices. They want to make sure that they make the right decisions and that they don't end up regretting anything. So that's what we've got right here. Which is why they're being hot and cold, because they know that if they could just make that very spontaneous decision, that they would just want more with you. But the thing is, they don't want to make a spontaneous decision, because I feel like in the past their spontaneous decisions have landed them into trouble, and they don't want that. So that's why they're taking much more time. You know, Seven of Cups, again, they're really taking time to think about things. They're trying to align all their cups and make sure that everything just connects. And also Seven of Cups is really about their dreams and their wishes, and they're really just trying to analyze every aspect of that right now rather than jumping to conclusions. So that group number 3 is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Do check out the description box below for information on private paid readings, free reading giveaway, and my bracelets, which are on Etsy. Do check those out if you're interested. And I hope you have a lovely day or night wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, and do take care. Bye!